I learned how to love quietly. You're still up. Ethan texted at midnight, and I smiled at my phone like it knew me. Always, I replied. Tell me about your idea. He sent voice notes about his future, his startup, his plans, and I listened. At work the next morning, he slid a coffee toward me. You remember, he said. I always do, I answered, even when I wished he would notice more. We sat together every day. He talked. I nodded. He dreamed. I held the space. You should tell him, Maya whispered one afternoon. Tell him what? I asked, already tense. That you love him. I laughed softly. And lose him. She frowned. You're losing yourself. I shrugged. I'm fine. I wasn't. Every laugh he shared with someone else felt borrowed from me. That night Ethan called. You're quiet, he said. I like listening, I replied. You're easy, he joked. I froze then smiled anyway. Easy is good, I said. After we hung up, I stared at the ceiling. I practiced the words I never said. I love you. They stayed trapped in my chest. Days passed like that. You're my best friend, Ethan said once, grinning. That means a lot, I said, meaning everything. Maya rolled her eyes when I told her. Best friend is a cage, she warned. It's safe, I said. Safe isn't happy, she snapped. I changed the subject. One evening, Ethan leaned closer. I don't know what I'd do without you, he said. My heart raced. I'm not going anywhere, I promised. He smiled, relieved. I felt invisible and chosen at the same time. Alone later, I whispered. One day. I believed silence was loyalty. I believed patience was love. I believed staying quiet would keep him close. I didn't know silence was teaching him how little I asked for, and how easy it was to take me for granted. The next day Maya cornered me again. Say something, she begged. What if I ruin it? I asked. What if you don't? She fired back. I had no answer. Ethan waved from across the room. Lunch later? He asked. Sure, I said too fast. Maya sighed. You hide behind maybes, she said. I hide because I care, I replied. Ethan laughed nearby, unaware. You're quiet today, he said. Just tired, I lied. Rest on me, he joked. I almost did. I almost spoke. Instead, I smiled and swallowed my truth. Silence felt safer than rejection. I told myself love was proven by staying. I didn't see how staying silent was slowly erasing me. I watched him leave, unaware of the storm inside me. One day, I whispered again. Not today. Today I stayed quiet. Today I chose comfort over courage. I chose him over myself. I thought love meant waiting. I didn't know waiting was the first way I learned to disappear. That was how my quiet love began, and how my silence slowly taught me to accept less than I deserved then. I pushed open the bar door and smiled, already rehearsing his surprise. Ethan! Called softly. Music thumped, glasses clinked, and someone laughed behind the private room door. His laugh. I froze. Come on, Lena, he said, voice warm. You know I love you. My breath caught. I stepped closer, heart pounding. What about her? Lena asked. She's safe, he replied. She listens. She waits. But you're different. My hand shook. She'd do anything for you, Lena said. He laughed again. Exactly. That's why she'll never leave. I pressed my palm to the wall. You're terrible, Lena teased. Not really, he said. She chose that role. I wanted to scream. I wanted to burst in and watch his face fall. Instead, my feet felt glued. So she doesn't know? Lena asked. She doesn't need to, he answered. She's loyal. Quiet. Easy. Easy. The word sliced through me. I swallowed a sob. I don't feel guilty, he continued. She's comfortable. Love should be exciting. Lena laughed. You're cruel. I'm honest, he corrected. I stepped back, my vision blurring. You okay? A stranger asked. I nodded too fast. Just air, I said. My phone buzzed. Ethan. Where are you? His text read. I laughed silently. Almost there. I typed, then deleted it. My chest hurt. I walked out, the door slamming behind me. Rain hit my face hard. Breathe, I told myself. Just breathe. My thoughts spun. 3 years. Late nights. Promises. All of it meant nothing. I was safe, I whispered. I was nothing. I stumbled down the street, rain soaking my hair. You loved him, my mind said. You protected him. I remembered every excuse I made for him. You chose silence, another voice accused. My phone rang. I ignored it. It rang again. Stop, I begged. Please stop. I ducked under a streetlight, shaking. I didn't even get a goodbye, I said aloud. Cars passed. No one looked at me. I leaned against a wall and slid down. I thought love was patience, I said. I thought loyalty mattered. The rain felt cold, cleansing, cruel. I finally looked at my phone. 10 missed calls. One message. Where did you go? I laughed, broken. I went nowhere, I whispered. I just woke up. I stood there, drenched and hollow, knowing the girl who believed in quiet love was gone. I couldn't unhear his voice. I couldn't unlearn the truth. I turned my face to the rain and understood one thing clearly. I could never go back to who I was again. Say something. My heart screamed. My mouth stayed shut. I imagined walking in. Is this a joke? I would ask. He would stare, stunned. Lena would cry. But reality didn't bend. You trusted him, I told myself. You built your world around his comfort. I wiped my face. You deserve this, a cruel thought said. You trained him to forget you. I shook my head. No, I argued. I just loved him the only way I knew how. The rain soaked into my shoes. Go home, I ordered myself. My body wouldn't move. If you stay, I whispered, you'll break completely. I finally stepped forward, each step heavy. This is the end, I said. This is the beginning. I didn't know which scared me more. Right here tonight alone. I stopped answering Ethan's messages. Are you okay? Buzzed my phone. I turned it face down. His voice replayed anyway. She's safe. I heard it when I brushed my teeth, when I lay in bed, when I stared at the ceiling. Easy, he had said. I pressed my pillow over my ears. Stop, I whispered. Sleep never came. At work, Maya blocked my path. You look dead, she said. I'm fine, I replied. Don't lie to me. I sighed. I'm tired. She crossed her arms. You don't get tired like this. I swallowed. I heard him, I said. He loves someone else. Her eyes widened. What? I told her everything. She slammed her hand on the table. He used you. I know, I said flatly. Why aren't you angry? She demanded. Because I feel nothing. Daniel passed my desk. Morning, he said softly. Morning, I answered. He paused. You dropped this, he said, handing me my pen. Thanks. He hesitated. If you need help, just ask. I'm okay, I said quickly. He nodded and walked away. His kindness hurt more than Ethan's cruelty. That night, Maya called. Come over, she said. I don't want to talk, I replied. You don't have to, she said. Just don't be alone. I stayed home anyway. My phone lit up again. Ethan, please talk to me. I deleted the message. You trained him to expect silence, my mind whispered. You chose this. I argued with myself until dawn. I lay awake counting breaths. You weren't enough, a voice said. You were invisible. I clenched my fists. I listened, I said. I stayed. The room felt heavy. I waited for tears. They never came. What's wrong with me? I asked the dark. My chest felt hollow, like something had been scooped out and left empty. The next day, Daniel offered coffee. You look exhausted, he said. I don't sleep, I admitted. Night thoughts? He asked gently. I nodded. They fade, he said. Eventually. I wanted to believe him. When I got home, I sat on my bed and stared at the wall. Silence isn't peace, I realized. It's damage. I wasn't screaming. I wasn't crying. I was disappearing. And that scared me more than pain ever could. Maya showed up uninvited. Open the door, she said through the phone. Go away, I replied. Not happening, she snapped. I opened it. She pulled me into a hug. You're shaking, she said. I'm cold, I lied. You're numb, she corrected. I looked away. Say it again, she urged. Say what he did. If I say it, I whispered, it becomes real. It already is, she said. You didn't fail, she continued. He did. I shook my head. I stayed quiet, I said. I made it easy. You loved, she said firmly. That's not a crime. After she left, the apartment felt louder. You should hate him, my thoughts said. I don't know how, I answered. Ethan's name flashed again. Please, his message read. I typed then erased. I can't, I said to the screen. I lay down fully dressed. My heart beat slow and dull. This is worse than crying, I realized. At least tears mean feeling. I closed my eyes. If this is survival, I whispered. It hurts more than screaming. Numbness became my constant companion. I was pouring coffee when Ethan stepped in front of me. We need to talk, he said. No, I replied. Please, he added. Just listen. I sighed. You already talked, I said. I heard everything. He swallowed. That night wasn't what you think. I met his eyes. It was exactly what I think. He rubbed his face. I'm sorry, he said quickly. I messed up. I nodded. You practiced that, I said. What? He asked. That apology, I answered. You sound prepared. I didn't mean to hurt you, he said. Lena meant nothing. I laughed once. Don't insult me, I said. You said you loved her. He shook his head. I was confused. You were clear, I replied. You were laughing. His voice cracked. I never planned for you to find out. That's the problem, I said. You planned everything else. He stepped closer. Can we just go back? He asked. I miss us. I felt calm. There is no us, I said. You used me. Lena appeared behind him. I should go, she whispered. No, I said. Stay. She froze. I'm sorry, she said, tears forming. I didn't know it would hurt you this much. I tilted my head. You work with me, I said. You look at me every day. She cried harder. He told me you didn't care. I looked at Ethan. You said that. He stammered. I didn't think. You did, I cut in. You just didn't care. I hate myself, Lena said. You should, Ethan snapped. I raised my hand. Don't, I said. This isn't about comfort. He stared at me. Why are you so calm? He asked. Because I already broke, I answered. There's nothing left to shatter. He reached for my arm. Please, he whispered. I stepped back. Let go, I said. You don't get forgiveness without consequences. He looked scared. I'll change, he promised. You always promise, I replied. I didn't think you'd walk away, he said. You never did before. That was before I heard the truth, I said. That was before I learned how small you saw me. He shook his head. You're overreacting. I smiled faintly. You're panicking, I said. That's different. He laughed nervously. You still care. I care about myself now, I answered. That's what scares you. You're really leaving, he said. Yes, I replied. And you can't follow. He opened his mouth then closed it. I don't recognize you, he admitted. That's because you never tried, I said. You only loved how quiet I was. Lena wiped her face. I'll quit, she said. That won't fix this, I told her. Nothing will. She nodded and left quietly. Ethan followed me to the door. Say something, he begged. I opened it. I said. I'm choosing myself. He stood there helpless, smaller than before. I walked past him without looking back. My heart stayed steady. I didn't beg. I didn't scream. I finally left him there, holding his regret alone, knowing this was the first time I truly walked away. I paused outside and heard him call my name once more. I didn't turn around. I felt stronger with every step away. For the first time, his voice had no power over me at all. I whispered goodbye to the version of myself who stayed silent and promised I would never shrink myself for love again. That promise felt heavier than heartbreak, but it was finally mine to keep. I walked into the hallway alone, steady and unafraid for the first time. My silence ended there forever. I didn't look back. Not even once. Ever again. I stared at Maya across my kitchen table. You're hiding, she said. I'm surviving, I replied. That's not the same, she snapped. I crossed my arms. What do you want from me? I asked. The truth, she said. Out loud. I laughed weakly. Truth ruins things. Silence already did, she fired back. I looked away. I don't want revenge, I admitted. I don't want to be cruel. She leaned closer. Then stop protecting him. I frowned. I'm not protecting him. She raised an eyebrow. You still are. At work, Daniel hovered near my desk. Meeting moved, he said quietly. Thanks, I replied. He hesitated. You okay? I don't know, I said. He nodded. That's honest, he said. Honesty helps. I watched him walk away. His calm felt steady, not demanding. It made me think. Ethan's email popped up. Can you fix the report? He wrote. My fingers hovered. I remembered every late night I stayed, every excuse I made. You saved him, my mind said. Why? Another voice asked. Because I loved him, I answered myself. And now? I breathed slowly. Now I love me more. Maya called. What are you doing? She asked. Thinking, I said. About what? Whether peace is cowardice, I replied. It's not, she said. It's boundaries. I closed my eyes. If I stop helping him, he falls, I said. If you keep helping him, you fall, she replied. That landed hard. Ethan appeared at my desk. Did you see my email? He asked. Yes, I said. So? I'm not fixing it, I replied. He blinked. You always do. Not anymore, I said. Why are you doing this? He asked. Because it's your work, I answered. His jaw tightened. You're being petty. I stayed calm. I'm being honest. Later, my manager asked, why wasn't this corrected? I swallowed. I wasn't assigned to it, I said. The truth tasted strange. Ethan stared at me, shocked. You could have helped, he hissed. I chose not to, I replied. My heart raced, but I didn't back down. Daniel passed me a note. That looked hard, it read. I nodded at him. It was, I said. But? He asked. But it felt right. At home I paced. You could destroy him, a dark thought said. You won't, another answered. Why? Because freedom isn't revenge. I sat on my bed. I'm scared, I whispered. Good, I replied to myself. Scared means change. Maya texted. Did you do it? Yes, I typed. Proud of you, she replied. I smiled softly. I didn't yell, I said aloud. I didn't expose him. I breathed in. I just stopped lying. That night Ethan called. I let it ring. My chest felt light and heavy at once. This is my choice, I told the silence. Not his. I didn't know what came next. I only knew I wasn't hiding anymore. I chose truth. I chose myself. And for the first time that felt like enough. I noticed the shift before anyone said it out loud. Did you finish the report? Someone asked Ethan. Almost, he replied. You said that yesterday, another voice said. I kept typing. Ethan glanced at me. I didn't look up. You seem calmer, Maya whispered later. I am, I said. It's weird. It suits you, she replied. Lena stopped sitting with Ethan. We should keep things professional, I heard her say. Since when? He snapped. Since now, she answered. I felt a sting of guilt. You didn't do this, I told myself. You stopped preventing it. Daniel leaned over. You okay? He asked. Watching consequences, I said quietly. He nodded. They're quieter than people expect. Mr. Harris called a meeting. Deadlines matter, he said. Excuses don't. Ethan shifted beside me. Questions? Mr. Harris asked. No, I said. Ethan stayed silent. Afterward, Mr. Harris stopped him. We need to talk, he said. Ethan looked pale. Did you tell them? Ethan whispered to me. I told the truth, I replied. That's worse, he muttered. I didn't disagree. At lunch, someone said, You handled that well. Thanks, I answered. You've changed, another added. I had to, I said. Ethan watched from across the room. You're enjoying this, he accused later. I'm surviving, I replied. Same thing, he snapped. No, I said. Very different. Maya called. How does it feel? Heavy, I admitted. Free, she said. Both, I agreed. Guilt crept in. What if I'm cruel? I asked myself. Daniel overheard. Cruel is lying, he said gently. Truth just stands there. Mr. Harris emailed Ethan again. Please respond, he wrote. Ethan slammed his desk. They're watching me, he said. They always were, I replied. You just didn't notice. He laughed bitterly. You could help. I won't, I said. My voice didn't shake. Lena passed me. I'm sorry, she whispered. I know, I said. She nodded and walked away. People smiled at me now. Morning, they said. Morning, I answered. You seem steady, Maya said later. I stopped holding him up, I replied. Ethan cornered me. You wanted this, he said. I wanted peace, I answered. This is karma, he said quietly. No, I said. This is consequence. He looked scared. That surprised me. Anger I can fight, he said. This. He shook his head. This is slow. I watched him walk away. My chest tightened then eased. I'm not chasing justice, I whispered. It just found him. I spoke first in the meeting. I disagree, I said. The room went quiet. Mr. Harris looked at me. Explain, he said. The timeline is unrealistic, I replied. We need more resources. He nodded. Good point. I didn't apologize. That felt new. Afterward, Maya grinned. Who are you? She asked. Me, I said. Finally. Daniel walked beside me. That was strong, he said. I wasn't rude, I replied. You were clear, he corrected. Clarity scares people, I said. He smiled. Only the ones used to control. His words stayed with me. That night my phone buzzed. Ethan, can we talk? I didn't answer. Another message came. Please. I put the phone down. My heart stayed calm. You're not responsible, I told myself. You're free. I slept through the night for the first time in weeks. The next day, Ethan looked exhausted. You're avoiding me, he said. I'm busy, I replied. You used to care, he snapped. I still do, I said. Just differently. He laughed nervously. You're punishing me. I'm protecting myself, I answered. He didn't know what to say. In the break room, someone asked me, Can you lead this? Yes, I said. Daniel nodded at me from across the room. You're different, Maya whispered later. I stopped shrinking, I replied. It shows, she said. Ethan texted again at midnight. I can't sleep. I stared at the screen. That's not my job, I said out loud and turned it off. A strange peace settled in. You don't want revenge, my thoughts said. You want space. I smiled faintly. I want my life back. At work, Ethan tried again. Did I lose you? He asked. You never had me, I replied. His face fell. You're cold, he said. I'm steady, I corrected. There's a difference. He looked away. You don't need me anymore, he said. I never did, I answered quietly. That truth felt powerful. Daniel stopped by my desk. Coffee? He asked. Sure, I said. We talked about work, about books, about nothing heavy. He never pushed. You don't ask much, I said. I respect boundaries, he replied. I realized how rare that felt. Maya called that evening. He's spiraling, she said. I know, I replied. Do you feel bad? She asked. I paused. I feel free, I said. That's allowed, she replied. Ethan sent one last message. I miss you. I didn't respond. You miss control, I whispered. I looked at myself in the mirror. You're not reacting anymore, I said. You're choosing. My shoulders felt lighter. In the meeting the next day, Mr. Harris said, Good leadership today. Thank you, I replied. No apology. No doubt. I walked back to my desk and caught Ethan watching me. He looked lost. I felt calm. This is the shift, I told myself. Not revenge. Freedom. I wasn't fighting him anymore. I was building myself. And that was the part he couldn't survive. Ethan waited outside the office door. I need 5 minutes, he said. No, I replied. Please, he whispered. I sighed. 5, I said. Inside, he stared at the floor. I took you for granted, he said. I know, I answered. I didn't think you'd leave, he added. I didn't think I'd stay, I replied. His eyes filled. I ruined everything. I felt sad, not angry. Regret isn't repair, I said. It's just noise after damage. He looked up. Do you hate me? No, I said. That's worse. He flinched. I wish I could go back, he said. I don't, I replied. I like who I am now. His shoulders slumped. You're different. I stopped waiting, I said. You stopped seeing me, he whispered. You never looked, I answered. He nodded slowly. I deserve this. This isn't punishment, I said. It's consequence. Lena passed the doorway with a box. I'm resigning, she said quietly. Good luck, I replied. She paused. I am sorry, she said. I believe you, I answered. That doesn't change anything. She nodded, tears falling, and walked away. Ethan watched her go. She's leaving because of me, he said. She's leaving because of truth, I replied. Later, Sophia from HR called me in. Please sit, she said gently. You're not in trouble, I said. She smiled. I know, she replied. I wanted to check on you. That surprised me. Why? I asked. Because you handled this with integrity, she said. And because people forget the quiet ones need support too. My throat tightened. Thank you, I said. If you need anything, she added. My door is open. I nodded, grateful. Ethan received the warning that afternoon. They documented everything, he said, voice shaking. They should, I replied. I'm scared, he admitted. I was scared too, I said. You didn't care then. He winced. I care now. Too late, I said softly. That's the hardest lesson. Maya called. Lena quit, she said. I know, I replied. How do you feel? She asked. I paused. Heavy, I said. But clear. Daniel texted next. You okay? Yes, I typed. Proud of you, he replied. I smiled. Ethan stood by my desk one last time. Can you forgive me? He asked. I can understand you, I said. That's different. He swallowed. So that's it. That's it, I replied. You don't owe me anything, he said. I owe myself peace, I answered. That night I thought about regret. Pain doesn't equal redemption, I told myself. Suffering doesn't erase harm. I felt compassion without obligation. Closure isn't fixing him, I whispered. It's freeing me. Life had shifted fast. Love turned to truth. Silence turned to strength. I didn't forgive him. I released him. That was enough. I stared at my reflection in the mirror. Who are you? I whispered. The girl I saw was quiet, cautious, afraid. You let people forget you existed, my thought said. I was careful, I replied. I stayed silent to survive. And you survived? The reflection asked. I hesitated. I'm here, I said. But barely. Maya called later. Talk to me, she said. I need to say something, I admitted. I ignored you, I said. I should have listened. You tried to warn me. There was silence on the line. It's okay, she said softly. I needed to learn too. I hurt myself, I said. And everyone around me, I added. Exactly, she whispered. I sat on my bed. Silence became my shield, I said aloud. And my cage, my thoughts replied. I was invisible, I said. And I trained them to overlook me. The truth hit harder than any betrayal. I realized how long I had hidden, not from others but from myself. Maya's voice came again. Do you feel different? Scared, I admitted. But lighter. That's growth, she said. I nodded even though she couldn't see me. I stopped protecting the people who hurt me, I whispered. I stopped shrinking, I added. I'm learning to be seen. I remembered Ethan, Lena, the whispered apologies I never gave. I'm not a victim, I told the mirror. I'm a survivor, I said again. I learned too late, I admitted. But I learned. The reflection softened. You're stronger than you think, my inner voice said. I hope so, I replied. Daniel stopped by my apartment later. Everything okay? He asked gently. I'm facing myself, I said. That sounds heavy, he said. It is, I admitted. But it feels right. He nodded, silently supportive. I didn't have to explain more. His presence reminded me strength didn't need to be loud. I wrote in my journal. I apologize to myself, I whispered as I wrote. I forgive my silence, my fear, my hesitation. The pen moved fast. I won't disappear again, I said. I closed the journal and looked in the mirror one last time. I see you, I said. The real me. Maya called again. You sound lighter, she said. I am, I said. Not fixed, but moving. That's enough, she said. It has to be. I smiled faintly. It is, I said. My reflection finally matched my voice. I survived, I whispered. I will continue to survive. The night felt calm, heavy with hope. I don't need anyone to save me, I said. I have learned. I am learning. I will keep learning. For the first time in years, the mirror didn't frighten me. It reflected a woman who finally chose herself, and that was enough. I ran into Ethan at the lobby. Hey, he said, voice small. Hi, I replied. He shifted uncomfortably. You look different, he said. I smiled faintly. I've changed, I said. His eyes darted away. He started then stopped. I didn't fill the silence. It's fine, I said. I'm fine. He nodded, lost smaller somehow. My chest stayed calm. Goodbye, Ethan, I said. He didn't respond. I walked away, feeling nothing, and that scared him more than any anger I could have shown. Later, Daniel appeared by my desk. Hey, he said softly. Lunch. I hesitated. I don't know, I admitted. Take your time, he said. No pressure. I noticed how steady he was, how patient, how respectful. I like that, I said quietly. I'm not here to fix anything, he added. I want to know you, I said. Maya peeked from across the room. Careful, she whispered. I am, I said. But it's different. Good different? She asked. Yes, I replied. I wanted space to decide. I didn't need an answer today. I wanted to feel my own rhythm again. Ethan's email appeared in my inbox. Can we meet? I deleted it without reading. No guilt. No pangs. Nothing. That was the new me. I choose myself first, I whispered. Daniel waited quietly, never pushing. That steadiness made me think about what I truly wanted. At lunch, Daniel smiled. I don't want to rush anything, he said. I like that, I replied. I like that we can take it slow. We talked about work, books, trivial things. Nothing heavy. Nothing urgent. I realized boundaries were my power now, and I could choose when to open them. Later, I walked past Ethan in the hallway. He looked at me expecting something. I didn't look back. He faltered. That tiny hesitation, that lost confidence showed me how far I'd come. I wasn't reacting to him. I wasn't waiting for him. I was free. Daniel's presence felt steady, warm, but optional. You're smiling, he said. I am, I said. It's okay to be happy without rushing. Exactly, he replied. I felt the power of choice settle in my chest. I didn't know anyone access to me. Not Ethan. Not Daniel. Only myself. That evening I called Maya. I ran into him, I said. And, she asked. I felt nothing, I replied. Good, she said. Better than revenge. I smiled. I'm choosing myself again, I said. And that's enough. I ended the day alone, feeling steady. The past no longer held me hostage. Ethan's shadow didn't matter. Daniel's invitation didn't bind me. I finally stood in the place where I once fell, and this time I was unshakable. I owned my pace, my heart, my life. The power was fully mine, and it felt like the first real breath I had taken in years. I sat at my desk with a pen in my hand. This is for me, I whispered. I started writing a letter I would never send. I release you, I wrote. I release the hurt, the waiting, the silence I kept for you. My hands shook slightly. I don't need revenge, I continued. I don't need justice from you. I only need peace for myself. The words flowed. I forgive myself for loving quietly, for hiding my voice, for letting your choices define my worth. I choose me now. I paused and reread it. Each line felt heavier and lighter at the same time. Tears threatened, but I let them sit without spilling. I didn't need to cry. I didn't need to shout. I just needed to be heard by me. Daniel stopped by my side. "Writing again?" he asked gently. "Yes," I replied. "It helps." He nodded. "I like that you're taking care of yourself." I smiled faintly. "I'm learning," I said. He stayed quietly. His presence was calm. I didn't need him to fix anything. He never tried. That steadiness reminded me how boundaries felt like strength. Later, Ethan's email popped up. "I need to explain." I deleted it without reading. My chest didn't tighten. I felt no pull. "Closure isn't in his words," I whispered. "It's in mine." I leaned back. The office felt lighter. Even the thought of him losing his job didn't thrill me. Just existed. Consequences had arrived quietly, and I felt free from the need to intervene. Maya called. "How are you?" she asked. "Calm," I said. "At peace." "That's rare," she replied. "I'm learning," I said. "No shouting. No dramatics. Just me." She laughed softly. "Finally," she said. I let myself smile. I wasn't celebrating his fall. I wasn't wishing harm. I was letting go of what I could never control. I finished the letter and folded it neatly. "Goodbye," I whispered aloud. I didn't send it. I didn't need to. The act of writing was enough. My heart felt lighter. My past, my pain, my mistakes, they all belonged to me now, not to him, not to anyone. That evening I closed my laptop. I looked out the window at the city lights. "I am done," I said quietly. The silence around me didn't feel empty. It felt full. Full of lessons, strength, and quiet freedom. Closure wasn't loud. Didn't need to be. It was steady, calm, and mine. I breathed deeply and let the final thought settle. I wasn't tied to his fate. I wasn't waiting for him, nor fearing him. I had my life. I had my peace. And for the first time, that was enough. I met Daniel at the cafe he suggested. "Hey," he said, smiling. "Hey," I replied, taking a seat. He hesitated. "Are you sure about this?" "Yes," I said. "I'm not coming as someone broken. I'm coming as me." He studied me. "You seem different," he said. "I am," I replied. "Stronger, calmer, visible." He nodded. "I like this you," he said softly. I smiled. "I like this me too," I admitted. "I've spent years hiding, waiting, loving quietly." I continued. "I almost disappeared. But I didn't. I chose myself." Daniel reached out but didn't grab my hand. "That's rare," he said. "I'm learning boundaries," I replied. "And patience." I thought about Ethan, about the silence I kept for him, about the tears I didn't shed. "I don't regret loving," I whispered. "I regret disappearing for it." Daniel didn't interrupt. He just nodded, understanding. "You survived beautifully," he said. I felt warmth rise in my chest. "I did," I whispered. "I am learning to live for me." We talked quietly about books, about music, about nothing urgent. Every word felt light. I wasn't rushing anything. I wasn't rushing anyone. I didn't need validation. I didn't need to measure my worth against anyone's eyes. I was visible because I allowed myself to be. "Do you feel different?" Daniel asked after a pause. I nodded. "Yes," I said. "Free but steady. Whole, not healed by someone else. I am choosing myself in every breath." He smiled gently. "That's rare. I'm glad you let me share a moment of it." I laughed softly. "You're patient," I said. "I noticed," he replied. I thought about Maya, about Daniel, about quiet dinners, long nights, and the rain-soaked evenings that taught me more than heartbreak ever could. "I am learning that self-worth isn't loud," I said. "It's steady. It's mine." Daniel offered his hand. "Would you like to take a walk?" he asked. I looked at him, then out the window. "Yes," I said, standing. I felt my spine straighten. My chest expanded. I wasn't the girl who hid her love. I wasn't the girl who ran silently in the rain. I was visible, honest, and calm. We stepped outside. The air was crisp. I inhaled deeply. "This is me," I whispered. "The woman I became." Daniel smiled, walking beside me, equal and patient. I wasn't afraid to be seen. I wasn't afraid to love, slowly, cautiously, carefully, but freely. I looked at the sky, at the city lights, and felt steady. Every scar, every quiet night, every betrayal had led me here. I survived, I said aloud. I chose myself. Daniel glanced at me, silently approving. And that's everything, I whispered. We walked on. I didn't look back. I didn't need to. The past had taught me strength. The present showed me boundaries. The future was mine to shape. I was visible, whole, and free. I had become the woman I was always meant to be.